John Calvin on Psalm 24, verse 2. For he hath founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the floods. He founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the waters. The psalmist here confirms the truth that men are rightfully under the authority and power of God, so that in all places and countries they ought to acknowledge Him as King. And he confirms it from the very order manifested in the creation, for the wonderful providence of God is clearly reflected in the whole face of the earth. The proof of it is most evident. How is it that the earth appears above the water, but because God purposely intended to prepare a habitation for men? Philosophers themselves admit that as the element of the water is higher than the earth, it is contrary to the nature of the two elements for any part of the earth to continue uncovered with the waters and habitable. Accordingly, Job, in Job 28 verse 11 and 28 verse 25, extols in magnificent terms that signal miracle by which God restrains the violent and tempestuous ragings of the sea, that it may not overwhelm the earth, which, if not thus restrained, it would immediately do, and produce horrible confusion. Nor does Moses forget to mention this in the history of creation. After having narrated that the waters were spread abroad so as to cover the whole earth, he adds that by an express command of God they retired into one place in order to leave empty space for the living creatures which were afterwards to be created. Genesis 1 verse 9. From that passage we learn that God had a care about men before they existed, inasmuch as He prepared for them a dwelling place and other conveniences, and that He did not regard them as entire strangers, seeing He provided for their necessities not less liberally than the father of a family does for his own children.